back to another pickups video. Now I'll apologise straight away for the audio quality. Every time I use the Yeti and this camera together and you can see my mouth moving, eventually it all goes out of sync. So apologies to Ashley Escort. I've been trying to make a top 10 Mega Drive games response, but I'm going to have to do it a different way because it's just not working out and I don't really want to use the microphone on this camera for it. So I've bought a few games over the last few weeks and it's all Nintendo NES and Mega Drive. So I've got my NES working, big thanks to the Police and Art and Car Boot Gamer UK told me about bending the pins and whatnot. Eventually looked online and sorted it out with a nail, bent them all back and works flawlessly now. The one thing was, I'll take the cartridges apart, so I bought this. It's about £4.20 on eBay. Absolutely essential. Not just Nintendo bashing here, but all of my Nintendo cartridges, I took them all apart and the state of the contacts was completely disgusting. I mean, I was going to make a video about it, just how bad they are. Basically I used some like Brasso, like cleaning cloth stuff, and it makes them like new. And as soon as I've done that and sorted these pins out, this thing works flawlessly. So really pleased with it, really getting into it surprisingly. So let's have a look at the games I've picked up. So I look on eBay, NES games are not too expensive, and I'm not bothered about getting a box or anything, so I spotted these two games, £3 each, buy it now, free delivery. I thought, why not? So the first one was Rad Racer. This is brilliant, really am quite a fan of this. Is it as good as Outrun? I don't know, it's pretty addictive and certainly well worth £3. Second game from the same set of £3. I used to own this one back when we originally had an NES, and it's Punch Out. Obviously over here in Europe we didn't get Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It's still a fantastic game and every bit as good as I remember. So another game here, and this one was about £4.20 delivered. Sniped this on a last minute bid. It generally goes for a little bit more, and it's Life Force Salamander. Now quite an interesting shooter. It's both vertical and horizontally scrolling. It changes per level. And it's punishingly difficult but strangely addictive, and the music's pretty cool as well. It's got a 2-player mode, but there's an awful lot of sprite flicking, so I took it around with friends and played it last night. And the last NES game I picked up, I got tipped off by this one by Austin Mackett. If you've not checked out his channel before, I'll leave a link down below. And it's Isolated Warrior. Very interesting isometric shooter. I actually quite like it, it's a bit quirky. And this was boxed, and I think it was about £5.20. I'm not really bothered about getting boxed games, I wouldn't go out of the way to get them, but I like the artwork, and it comes complete with everything, as you'd expect, including the polystyrene at the bottom. And I'll just give you a quick close-up of that. I just thought that was pretty cool, so for a fiver I thought, why not? So that's all the Nintendo goodness. And to be fair, I'm probably not going to buy any more games for the system for the time being, because I've got around about 9 or 10 now, and got plenty to be getting on with. I actually played A Boy and His Blob last night. It's a really cool game, really is. I'm surprised, I'm definitely going to make a video about it. So, I've got 4 more games, all for the Mega Drive. They're all part of a bundle. I was just browsing eBay as you do, and I've seen these games, all 4, cartridge only, £10, £2 postage. There were some pretty reasonable titles, and 2 of them I actually had the boxes for, but no games. So a bit of a tribute to Shamuso Ben here. So the first game was Alien 3. Now, I picked this up at a car boot sale a long time ago, but the cartridge doesn't work. No matter what I tried, I couldn't get the cartridge to work. This cartridge does work, and luckily, I've got a nice box and instructions for it. Now, I've not actually played this yet. I know Ninja Bear Hug and quite a few other people, this is one of their favourite Mega Drive games. And I did stick it on to check it works, obviously, and it looks really cool. The 60Hz version is on here, the American version, no problems. So if you were wondering, so pleased to get that. Next cartridge from Streets of Rage 2. I've already got the Japanese version, but the Japanese version's on this cartridge as well, full 60Hz version, so I thought, well, why not? Save opening my box. So the last 2 are probably the reason why I bought it. I'll show you the one real reason I bought the bundle last, but the next game was Double Dragon 3. I've owned this before, I picked up the car boot sale. The cartridge was in a pretty similar condition, the box was horrendous. And at the time I weren't that keen on it, but playing it through, you know, I kind of quite like this, I think I'm going to keep it. And the cartridge that I bought the whole thing for, and I was really surprised, usually this goes for about 20 quid on its own, so to see all this lot for 12 quid delivered, I just had to jump at it, and it was Double Dragon. Now the reason I'm so pleased is not because it's a particularly cool game, although it is very iconic, and I've fond memories of playing the Master System version back in the arcade, but because a long time ago I bought a really nice mint box of instructions off Ian Wilson. And so now I can finally reunite this box with the cartridge. So there you have it. So I know I've got one more package of something pretty special coming from eBay. I'll make an unboxing about it, but other than that I'm going to have to definitely slow down because funds are running low and so is space. I know a lot of people say this, but I really do need to, you know, get myself into action and do something about it. I've sold a lot of the PS1 and PS2 stuff off recently. I've still got over 75 games for each system. It's not like I'm disbanding them or anything, but anything that's a bit, you know, tatty, I've just got shot of because literally we've got over 300 games here now and there's plenty to be going on with. I had a load of friends come over the other night and it was such a laugh. I mean, we must have got through about 15 different games, but it just made me think, you know, so many years worth of entertainment in there. People could come around and just play something different all the time. It just seems a little bit plotless. Just picking up anything, ruined into picking up games that I want to play personally myself. So that's it. I thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll upload some more videos soon.